Nung una, ano lang, mga, I don't know if I'm getting the, I do know some marketing groups refer to influencers from nano to micro to mega and all the way to macro. Macro is the highest. Okay, so noong 2016, nasa anong level lang yung mga influencer na ini-employ?
Most of the disinformation was coming from the macro influencers, so 500,000 followers and above. Okay. But for 2019, because of the regulations by Facebook and the backlash from civil society, this information shifted to micro-level micro-media influencers or online celebrities with smaller numbers of followings, 10,000 to 20,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So to clarify, 2016 macro and then 2019
So 2016 you have identifiable personalities. You have, for example, Mocha Ulson, Sila Thinking Pinoy, and all these huge bloggers who have like 1 million followers. But now they're moving, the shift when it comes to this round of elections is to have lesser known influencers, very obscure ones that have like 20 or 30,000 following that you don't typically come across.
So what was the rationale?
Siguro, one of the rationale is there's a certain type of awareness that, for example, these personalities have a certain political leanings.
Identified na.
Yeah, identified na parang si TP ganito yung politics niya, si Mocha ganito
But
na
you're
rin.
talking about real people here, no? Not people with the
not bots.
Yeah, they're not
fake
bots.
identities.
They're not bots,
These are real people, real influencers, but at a micro level.
But at a micro level,
Okay.
So yeah, go ahead.
So the shift
in
then,
targeting them.
So the shift then is you are targeting parang voters who can be persuaded, voters who don't really come across political content but consume a lot of social media, diba?
The persuadables.
The persuadables.
Yes, sa dahak.
Yeah. So siguro yun yung demographic na gustong i-target ng mga micro-influencers.
Sa Pilipinas, anong profile ng persuadables? Are they younger? Are they older? Are they richer?
Do they differ
poorer?
from region to region?
Well, for social media in general, our demographic are the young ones, the millennials, the Gen Z. So it's not so much, there's not a big distribution in terms of age or in terms of other factors. It's really just these people. Pero what makes the micro media influencers more effective is the fact that since they're micro, their content is more specific or their content is more targeted. So for example, lifestyle coaches. And that provides a sense of genuineness, that authenticity that the audience can really resonate with. So it makes seeding political content more effective for them. Like,
so how are they tapped? Exactly, how are they used?
How do you seed?
Yeah.
How do you seed politics? So in our study, we have different kinds of micro-influencers. One, for example, pop culture accounts. So these are like mga hugot lines, mga I'm Lola Basyang, mga ganong types of accounts that naturally have content na very generic, like very inspirational quotes or very
patawa.
Mga patawa, mga ganon. Yeah. So what they do in between all those generic posts, magsiseed sila ng specific hashtag. For example, kailangan natin ng pag-asa, ganito, ganyan, and then they'll insert a particular hashtag. And then what we noticed is that it's not just a specific one influencer doing that. It's actually a network of influencers doing that.
But I think Luci's point is, binabayaran ba sila? How do you what is the definition of engaging with influencers?
So a lot of these accounts actually have parang modes of their contact details up in their profile. So for example, these pop culture accounts, maglalagay sila na parang, please contact this and that. To be if you want
their services.
Yeah, if you want endorsements.
And then they get paid.
And then they get paid.
And the PR ad firms reach out and then they provide services.
And
for the
how
PR
much
firms.
would they pay? Because Robbie wants to get into the business. No, but really, you know.
Yeah, I
these
think
are micro. I would
these are
imagine
micro.
they're not.
Yeah, so I would imagine
expensive.
like if you're just tapping like a network or like different types of micro influencers, that the pay isn't going to amount into millions. I would hazard.
Oh, really?
So these are generally non-political, or at least apparently non-political accounts. So that they can slip under the radar and hindi sila mako-call out.
Hindi sila mako-call out. Yeah, that's why one of our findings is that they're more obscure nowadays. Yeah, that they're more underground and it's difficult to detect.
So it's harder to
them.
find them and
Yeah, it's
and then
difficult to
hey,
detect them.
that's fake. Oh, that's mali. Oh, ano ba?
Not unless you're doing like thorough investigations na tipong if you're gonna run analytics na who are using these particular hashtags, makikita mo doon. Na
Have
parang,
you seen it? Have you?
personally,
have you run
yes.
the-
Yeah. So I'm a research assistant for the project and I've been monitoring accounts. Specifically for pop culture accounts, there are may mga days na parang mag-activate sila. They're gonna use this specific hashtag para lang mag-trend.
Give us an
Yung
idea on what changes in the scale. Because if in 2016 you were monitoring macro accounts, I would imagine there are fewer of those. In 2019, the smaller nano micro influencers run to how many? How many accounts were?
It's really hard to imagine because
No, but give me
since-
us a figure. Does it run to the hundreds, to
it's
the
going to be in the
thousands?
thousands. It's really going to be thousands because
no,
a lot
no,
of these accounts are hard to track, and who's tracking them?
Yeah.
Pero, yun, so
And then the difficulty sa project was you wanted to track or trace one particular account, tapos mamaya magsasara lang siya.
Disappear.
It
Okay.
disappears out of the blue, yeah. So you wouldn't get exactly like a specific number. Kasi if you're trying to trace the entire network, come and go siya eh. So
Yeah.
some accounts have been created since like 2009, tapos magsasara lang siya bigla this 2019. But some accounts have been created ng 2019,
Yeah.
tapos magsasara lang din.